Hello and welcome back to Trophy Hunting, the Newcastle United based series where our aim is to get onto a podium. No preview with the small turnaround at the weekend. However, Newcastle United's game this weekend was away to Leicester City on a Monday night. Coming into Monday, there was massively low scores across the board in Premier League, so we knew there was a big opportunity to try and get that podium. So let's see how we managed to get on. So as you may already be aware, Newcastle United managed to win 3-0 away to Leicester City. Quite a comfortable game after the 3 early goals. Yeah, nice clean sheet, first time in a decent while I think. As you can see, quite a good spread of scores. However, Isaac did not manage to pick up a goal and an assist. Pope did great, a few good saves. Livramento was brilliant off that left hand side again. Strong scores from all the back line. Shaw on a 72 without the goal he nearly managed to get. Very solid A from the midfield. Murphy coming in with 2 goals, Bonds coming in with 1, and like we said, nothing for Isaac this game. So this was the starting lineup we predicted. Luckily we managed to get 11 out of 11. A few question marks over Trippier, Isaac and Gordon. Luckily we managed to predict them all correct, which was really nice. So no mistakes or DMPs out of our main teams. Speaking of the teams, this was the lowest priority team we built. As you can see, we managed to pick up a Nick Pope at limited for about a tenner, I think. Potting him with Livramento and a few other spare bits we didn't use. Obviously, we slightly questionable on Trippier, so this was where his NC managed to land after we used his other 2 cards elsewhere. As you can see, we managed to pick up $5, which is quite nice. Some slightly underwhelming performances from Hudson-Odoi with no DA, Gundogan, who was quite poor in the Manchester derby. So yeah, with it, we were poor captain choice and a pretty poor score. Managed to pick up 380 points, and $5 really does show how low scoring this game week is. Managed to pick up promotion as well, which is nice. So this Prem in-season team managed to go into D1, which is the first time I've been there all season, which is really nice. Moving on to one of the throwaway teams, this was some of the players we didn't use in the other main teams. No big players we missed out on here, no big scores, apart from Shaw, who managed to get a really nice score, the 72. Obviously, we knew they were getting the DMP keeper, and we picked the wrong captain, which is slightly unfortunate, because if we picked Shaw as captain, I think we might have just about got promoted, which would have been nice. We fielded our classic Jacob Murphy in this team, along with the Palace defensive stack and Iliman Ndiaye, who just came back from injury. Palace had a bit of a nightmare. Well, they actually won. They won 2-1, which wasn't a bad result. However, in particular, Mark Gahey had a bit of a nightmare. Picked up the red card, no clean sheet, 4A. Completely killed any hope this team had, which is really unfortunate because we're only 20 points off the essence and we've captured a player with 19 points, which is really unfortunate. Whereas the other outfielders managed to do really well. So yeah, slightly unlucky on this one. And then moving on to the main strategy, the classic rare team in D1. Pope with a brilliant score of a 79 raw. Trippier, not the best game he's had. However, I think he still probably isn't 100%. Yeah, he wasn't the best defensive option to go for. Bruno, I thought he had a good game, 20A, which was nice. Bonds got his goal, played well. But unfortunately, we captained Isaac. No goal, no assist, 2.78. Quite disappointing, I'll be honest. As you can see, we've only really pulled in 1 big score here with Nick Pope. We've completely messed up our captain. We've managed to pull in the tier 4, which just shows how wide open this was. As you can see, we got 389 points. First was only 70 points away, which seems crazy because there's just so many points left on the board here. Isaac got a goal and an assist, and maybe one other, we could be right up there. But yeah, tier 4, not too bad after we messed quite a bit up here. And then the in-season team, as you can see, 428 points, massive score in this team. Unlike the others, we managed to get that defender pick correct in Livramento, who got a 93 points, which was really nice. Obviously Pope. We had the Jacob Murphy, who got the 2 goals, and then Tonali, who put in a really good performance. But unfortunately, as you can see again, we went with Isaac and we captained him, which has hurt us massively. Obviously, we scored 428 points. Just first is 460 points. So yeah, not much in it at all. 30 points for an extra 2 $3,800. It really is tough. Just that goal or assist by Isak would have made the difference and would have got that podium we've been after. We finished 11th. We were in 10th last night. We managed to be bumped down to 11th, which is slightly disappointing by only 0.5 points. However, it is $200. This is actually the first cash reward we've managed to win with the in-season Newcastle strategy, which is nice. Quick intermission. If you are new to Sorare and haven't yet signed up, now is the best time to do so. If you click the link in the description, you will get £50 or dollars of market credit once you buy 5 players from the auction house or instant buy. It helps yourself and it helps me, so thank you in advance if you do so. So yeah, in total from the Newcastle strategy, $200 this week, plus the $5 and plus a tier 4, which I have to say is quite good going, to be honest. Obviously, slightly disappointed. Scores were low this week and it was a big opportunity to get that podium. But yeah, we managed to pull in a relatively good return, which is really nice. As you can see also, there's been some Newcastle United players scattered amongst some of the specialist teams. This top team was absolutely flying. These 3 Cercle Bruges boys went first. Perrin was absolutely flying. Delanga was on the clean sheet, was flying. Agyekun was on like 70 points. And then Delanga chucks one in his net. Last minute, which is slightly disappointing. Clean sheet bust from Perrin. Delanga loses about 50 points. And Agyekun got a big down score from Opta, unfortunately. But yeah, Harvey Barnes did manage to get the goal. And this team only 4 points from the cash, which is really disappointing. Yeah, this could have went really high up in here, this team. But yeah, unfortunately, even with Harvey Barnes. But yeah, 4 points away. Quite disappointing. And then this team, this was kind of the last bits of in-season I chucked in here. An unexpected clean sheet from Lucas Pirard. Strand Larson with a goal, which was nice as captain. And then Joe Linton and Byrne didn't quite manage to do much. So yeah, quite a bit off the rewards here. So yeah, a really strong week overall. We will get into the MLS strategy on the next video. However, for now, we are going to try and provisionally build some Premier League teams for next weekend. Newcastle at home to Man United, a game we tend to do pretty well in, I'll be honest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm hoping for some big scores. In nets, obviously, we're going to bump. I haven't done a prediction yet, but I am expecting the same start 11 that ran out versus Leicester to start versus Man United. I don't think Gordon's quite going to be ready. There seems to be still a bit of an issue with his injury he picked up away with England. So yeah, I expect him to be out for another couple of weeks maybe. In defence, we have the options of obviously Byrne, Shaw, Trips or Tino. I think it kind of makes sense to go with Tino in this one after his big score versus Leicester. In midfield, as much as Tonali can get the air, I think Murphy is just so red hot on Diaz right now. It's hard not to pick him. And then up front, he was poor this week, but we've got to back him. It's got to be Isak up front. And then the last in-season pick kind of makes sense to go all-out attack and go with Harvey Barnes. On a really great run of form now. 3 days in a row, which is nice, out of his 3 starts he's got. So yeah, this will be the in-season team. Quite a tricky one who to captain here. Obviously, we captained Isak quite heavily last game week, but it didn't pay off. I'm wondering whether I split my captaincy between my in-season and my classic team, so we don't get another repeat of what happened in the Leicester game, where it kind of all falls apart on the captain. However, I feel Isak is a big game player. I think he will at least get a goal or an assist in this game, so we are going to captain Isak. In the classic team, obviously we're going to pub again. Defence, we actually don't have a second Livramento, which is something I'm going to be looking into. I think I'm going to pick a second one up, definitely, at classic or in season, depending on the price. But I think it kind of makes sense to go with Trippier in this one. Tends, if memory serves me right, tends to have good games against Man United. I believe he got an assist a year or two ago at home. So yeah, we're going to Trippier. In midfield, it's quite a tricky one. I've actually got quite a lot of options now because of Barnes being in midfielder. We've actually got Barnes, Tonali, Murphy, Kamares. I think it makes sense to go with Bruno here. Up front, it's got to be Isak. And then the extra position is where it becomes a bit tricky. Do we play a second defender like Byrne or Shaw? Or do we go for one of the wingers like Murphy or Barnes? We have went with Murphy and Barnes in the in-season team. However, I think Murphy is just a bit more likely to get amongst the DAs. So yeah, we're going to go Murphy on this one, and again, we're going to risk it, and we're going to captain Isak. So yeah, I think that's all we're going to build for now. Obviously, the rewards we picked up this week, quite a bit of cash and a card. We have cash coming in from other places actually, and we have a lot of essence already saved up, 16 at limited, 18 at rare, and as you can see, the game week summary, we are on to get quite a bit more essence. All the rewards and the crafts will be on the MLS strategy video, so if you tune into that in the next day or two, that's when all the rewards will be opened. Just want to check if we could get a Livermento in, but there's actually no rares on the market at all, which is slightly annoying. Probably going to look out for one in the next couple of days, see if we can get another in. Now he will be the starter for the rest of the season. But yeah, that's everything for today's video, quite a short one. Remember to tune in to that next video coming up in the next day or two, where we will be crafting, we will be opening rewards, and we'll be redeeming all the cash we have won this week. So yeah, thanks for watching, make sure to like the video, and I will catch you on the next one.